Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. V back with another casted game of Age of Empires 3, and I am in a good mood. And when I'm in a good mood, you know I gotta cast some Dutch. So here we are with a Dutch versus Germany matchup. Let's get right into the player introductions. In the northeast of the map, playing in the color blue, as Germany, we have Carbone. Or at least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Going with the market start, not going with a trading post start, even though he has 1, 2, 3, 4 sockets to choose from. But totally standard German stuff, and picking up 40 XP, very nice. And in the southwest of the map, in the color red, playing as the best civ in the game, the Dutch. We have LVDVKG. I'm just going to call him Livid for the rest of the game. And I don't know why I'm in such a good, well, I think I do. There's a lot to celebrate. Number one, this is cast number 40 in our series as Livid picks up 90 coin, which is going to be amazing for the Dutch. It's going to allow him to get that 15th villain very, very quickly. He only got 1 vill on coin, so macroing that quite nicely. Is he going to end right at 110? Come on. No, he overgathered 2 coin. He overgathered 3 coin. He overgathered 4 coin. Stop overgathering. All right, there it is. It's a game of inches, this game we play. Meanwhile, Germany picking up 90 wood and no treasure steal for Oliver de Rexen. That's very Dutch. And the other reason I'm in a good mood is because we passed 500 subs, which I didn't know if that was going to be something we were going to do. I was hopeful, as Dutch sends 3 villager cards. So if you are one of those people that subbed, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you're not subbed, well, you can, but you don't have to. You can just sit here and enjoy some Dutch versus German. It's a matchup that I loathe as a Dutch player, simply because Germany does everything better than I do. Now, as Dutch, you have one advantage, in my opinion. You have banks. So I think if this goes late game, like if Dutch is able to survive the second and third age, especially that third age power spike that Germany gets, because Carbone, yes, he does have the deadly 4, 9 Ulan, 8 Ulan, 8 Skirm, 7 Skirm with the accompanying Ulan. If the Dutch can survive that, Germany tends to eat through coins very quickly. Now, there are a lot of coin mines on this map. They are silver mines, which means they only have 2,000 coin apiece. And if Dutch is able to kind of get into the late game and rely on his banks, Germany sees a steep decline. Ooh, gonna pick up that German explorer. Down goes Hans Nachtigall, which I probably butchered. And Dutch is even getting his age up in quite a bit faster. Wow. Carbone just now aging up, Livid nearly halfway aged. That's going to be really good for Dutch. Going to give him some extra time to perhaps get his buildings down and avoid any early Ulan raids, which is also going to be important for Dutch, right? He has to last, he has to not be killed by the early German Fortress Age, and he cannot lose too many vills in those early Ulan raids, which means he's going to have to place his buildings smartly. And he's going to have excellent unit control with his villagers. We do see Carbone putting down a trading post in transition, which is very, very standard. And getting what looks to be placer mines, probably already got hunting dogs. And looks like he's also gearing up for steel traps as well. No, is he going for a second trading post? That cheeky devil. Meanwhile, Livid is doing the very standard Dutch, getting his first bank down. Now let's see what he does with this 400 wood. Is he going to play greedy? Is he going to go with a bank first, or is he going to put down a military building? I tend to like the bank because I love the early jump start to my economy, but versus Germany, that can be seen as a little too greedy. So he's got the 400 wood. What is he going to do with it? Nothing right now. He definitely needs to get that wood down, and quickly. Whether it's banks or military buildings, you do not want wood sitting in your bank. Livid! You're making me livid. Livid. Oh, use your wood. Use your wood. There it is. It's the bank. Oh, he was getting food. Okay, well, I'm an idiot. Although, no, he had enough food. No, I'm right. I'm always right. What am I talking about? Oh, man, he's done a really nice job herding his animals in here. Gonna be difficult for Germany to get in and get at these villagers. Putting down a barracks as well. So starting barracks, which I actually kind of like. Going Cav as Dutch, you can, but you're just never going to be able to beat German's early Cav because he's going to get 2 Ulans. Even if you get out 5 Hussar, he gets out 5 Ulan plus an extra 2. He's going to have 7, maybe even 9 Ulan versus your 5, and you're just going to lose. So I like the early start. Maybe going to put down some pikes, or maybe he's just going to have it there just in case. He might be going for a blind fortress here. I don't know. He's going 700 wood, going with the bank wagon. Probably going to follow up with 600 wood. Meanwhile, what do we see Carbone doing? Maybe it's just carbon. I have no idea. Has 18 vills, sending 700 coin, already sent his 3 settler wagon. Sometimes you see the 700 wood be sent by the German player before the 700 coin, but looks like he wants to get to Fortress Age very, very quickly. And the early Ulan raids haven't done much so far, but he does have 7 Ulan on the map now, which, again, it's another good reason why going Cav against German just doesn't really seem to work. But you definitely need to get stables down. What I like to do is I like to start barracks versus Germany, and then I take my 600 wood and I go double stable, and I spam Reuters like it's my job. And I don't feel bad about it either, playing against Germany. But look at this, the double pincer Ulan raid, and what nice unit control by Livid. Okay, I was giving him some flack on his wood micro a little bit earlier, but that was amazing unit control. Not losing a single vill, not even getting a single vill hit. And oh my goodness, these Ulans just can't buy a villager. He's going to lose a second Ulan here, which for Germany, that's actually really bad. You don't want to lose early Ulans because every Ulan you lose in Age 2, especially like this, not doing any damage, those are Ulans that you can't get the veterancy upgrade on in Age 3. And 2 more Ulan coming in. He's now lost 3 Ulan. Now, granted, I have been saying the word Ulan a billion times. Granted, he did bell up Livid for quite some time, but against Dutch, that's not as damaging as you might think because Livid's currently got 4 banks working for him. So I think Livid absolutely took the better trade there. I think he killed like 4 Ulan with just TC fire, didn't lose a single vill, did have to call his Minutemen, which I don't know. I think he was just really wanting to gather his 600 wood, and he thought that the Minutemen would scare the Ulan off. And he's done a nice job. He's made a nice little turtle shell like this. Martis Kanan would be proud. Martis Kanan, still can't say his name. But now another Ulan going down, and that's 5 dead Ulan. Meanwhile, LVD is going up to the 3rd age right now. Carbone is already in, and he's got 5 dead Ulan, which will not get the veterancy upgrade. And that just goes to show losing those Ulan early can be quite damaging as you get into the mid game, which is what we are about to enter. And I don't know. I think Livid's in a good spot here. He's getting down his stable. He's got 4 banks. He's got a market. Doubtless he has hunting dogs, maybe even placer mines. I don't think he'd have enough wood for steel traps at the moment. I don't think I've seen him mine any extra. But what are we going to see? Age 3, he's got to slam down Reuters. Come on, what's that first card going to be? I could see 9 Ruyter. Oh, yep, there it is. I was going to say, you could go 9 Ruyter, or if you want to play super greedy, you can go 1,000 wood. But against Germany, yeah, that might just kill you. What do we see from Carbone here? We do see the war wagons coming out. We see more Ulan coming across the field, though not as many as we could have seen. Sorry, I'll stop harping on that. We are seeing the herding from Dutch get a little bit out of hand. Of course, you know, as you get your 2nd and 3rd hunt, that tends to happen, but it is going to make those villagers a bit more vulnerable. Has some vills on wood right now. I guess just to maintain housing. Speaking of housing, going to lose that house most likely, but oh, the Reuter spam, and out come the 9 Reuters, and he's got to pursue. Come on, pursue that. Oh, okay, perhaps a missed opportunity there. Wants to keep on those guys. Probably could have killed all those Ulan, but speaking of villagers out in the open, oh my god. Whoa, those, I would not want to be one of those villagers. Ugh. And they're trapped against the plateau too. Boy, if some Reuters come up here, those are some dead villies. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. Dead villies. And the Ulan, ooh, they're going to pay for it, though. Going to lose one Ulan, probably going to lose more here. The Ruyters are slightly faster than the Ulan. Going to pick off a third one and a fourth one. So yeah, killing one Vil, but certainly going to pay for it, though a lot of those Ulans are free, so it might be worthwhile. 8 Skirm coming in here for Germany, along with more war wagons. More 8 Skirm coming out for Dutch as well, as I learn to speak. I'm learning to become human again. So it's going to be Skirm Wars, because that's how it always is versus Dutch and Germany. We're going to see a lot of war wagons coming out, which can be hard for Dutch to deal with simply because they just tank so much damage. So yeah, there's not a direct counter. There are no hussars, but those war wagons still very useful on the front lines. And Dutch getting his 8 skirms now. He's got 7 skirms already. Meanwhile, Germany just has the 8. So slight advantage to Dutch in the skirm war as Germany gets down his first barracks. Carbone gonna start producing skirms of his own, and look at this, eating through coin. He's already eaten through his first mine, and he's gonna very quickly tap that one out. So this is what I was saying, right? If Carbone eats through all these coin mines, making all of these coin intensive units, and he's not killed Dutch by, say, you know, the 20, 25 minute mark, Dutch gets a distinct advantage because they're able to keep making their really valuable units, and Germany just has a really awkward transition. So we'll see if it gets that far. Germany immediately following up with 7 skirms, so going very intensively into light infantry. Meanwhile, the Reuters gonna pick up a couple of those exposed villagers, losing 3 Reuters, but they're spammable, so who cares? Oh man, I love Reuters. They are probably my favorite unit in the entire game. I've never gotten more flack from my opponent than when I use Reuters. People just hate them, which I get it, right? They're annoying, they're spammable, but they're what make Dutch Dutch, right? And now we got to see some good unit control here from Livid. He's going to lose some of his skirms here, and there's so much coming down from Carbone. Let's see what Livid does. He's got a shipment. What is he going to send? Going to follow up 7 skirms of his own. And that's actually all of his military shipments. He does have the 6 Bosniaks, and he has a lot of upgrade cards, which could prove to be very useful. He could get 3 upgrade cards on his skirmishers, maybe even going to build an arsenal. He could have some really beefy skirmishers here. Meanwhile, what does Germany have for upgrades? He has no skirmisher upgrades. So if this turns into long-term Age 3 skirm wars, and Dutch is able to get some of those cards out, that could be a really strong advantage for Livid. But we'll see. Continuing to pour into, Ruyter and skirm, and is now getting veteran hussars, even though he has no hussars on the field. Ooh, second stable coming down. Cavalry switch incoming. But before he makes that cavalry switch, he's going to have to take out some of these war wagons, because that's enough war wagons to just one-shot multiple hussar. And then you've got all the Ulans on the front line to tank it. And they are veterans, so we'll see. Germany sending in a cav upgrade, 15% upgrade to all of his Ulan. And does that affect war wagons as well? Yes, it does. Oh boy. Okay. This card's going to come in just in time for Carbone. Let's see it. Are we going to see it again? Oh, no. No, we got to keep you on the edge of your seat. Oh man, starting to get really spread out here. And yeah, already on their 3rd coin mine, only 350 coin left. Oh boy, he's got 2 more coin mines and they're so exposed. They're closer to the Dutch base than they are to his. So again, the clock is ticking for Germany, and he's got a really powerful army right now, but this river crossing has just kind of been the spot where neither of them have really wanted to fully commit. But let's see, the engagement is happening here, and we have villagers on the front, but lots of Reuters coming out now. And are the skirmishers going to target the war wagons? Yes, they are, but they're going to get hopped on by the Ulan. The Reuters getting involved, and the coin mine actually serving as a wall. They're literally being blocked by the minerals. The minerals are on the side of the Dutch army. Well, not really, because he's still losing a lot of skirmishers, but so are the Ulan forces. They are getting melted. And so this is going to end up being... Actually, I think this is a better trade for Dutch, honestly. all of the Uhlans for Germany going down, but now it is mass Reuter against mass Skirm, which is going to favor Carbone, but the Reuters are right on top of these skirmishers, and he's going to take out the rest of the war wagons, and what? Oh, I was wondering if he had any Hussars in queue, because I was thinking maybe he was targeting the war wagons because he had 5 Hussars on the way. Look at that, 6 Hussars now in queue. So I think that's why he was targeting the Uhlans and the war wagons. He knows he's going to do a heavy cav switch. And oh no, Carbone, he's pushing in. He's pushing in with 2 war wagons, and there are going to be 10 Hussars popping out very, very soon. Oh man, this is so risky. This is such a gamble. I think he wants to maybe pick off a couple of vills. He's going to get 1. Oh, he's getting closer and closer to that stable. Oh, please tell me. Okay, there are Uhlan reinforcements on the way. Oh, but out come the Hussars now. And Dutch has 2 shipments saved up. Holy crap, send those. But now out come the veteran Hussars, and they have gotten a full surround on these skirmishers. Meanwhile, the Reuters taking care of the remaining war wagon, and actually the buildings for Dutch kind of hurting him a little bit here. He's not able to kite quite effectively, but the Reuters staying on the Uhlans. Meanwhile, he does have a couple of Hussar on the skirmishers, which are getting some decent damage, and actually a really good engagement still for Livid. And does he have any Hussars left? He has 1, 2, 3. And, oh, he's got 7 more in queue. Send your shipments, Livid. Even if it's 1,000 wood, send it, send it, send it. Oh, and out come more Hussars. There I go again, not being able to speak English. Oh, wow, what a fight. I get so excited. I see Dutch win, and it just makes my heart sore. Oh man, I have no bias towards Livid or Carbon or Carbone. I have never seen either of these players play, by the way. I just love Dutch. Oh wow, well Germany got swept there. The German army is not in a good spot, and he's just run through his 3rd coin mine. He's got 2 left. Actually, he's got 1 left. He's about to eat this one too. Oh boy, this is looking bad. This is looking really bad for Germany right now. Even gonna lose this Vil trying to get this hunt in. Yeah, Germany's on the back foot for sure. And the one criticism I have for Livid is that he wasn't sending his shipments, but now he has sent 1,000 coin. He's sending Cav Combat, which I think at this point is the better option, as his army is pure Cav. And he's got some Reuters mixed in with these Uhlan, but there are still some skirmishers. But I still think this is going to go in favor of the Dutch. Actually, no. No, this is a pretty decent trade for Germany. And now it's Livid that's pushing a little bit too far. And now he's going to lose his army. And he has a lot of exposed vills, though he does have more Reuters. The Reuter spam! Oh my, you gotta love it. Town center going down for Germany, so these villagers are much less exposed. I wonder if he's just gonna do the 1 town center, if he's gonna try to go for a 3rd one. I don't know where he'd put it, though. Maybe over here? Try to get this coin mine here. But there's just so little coin mine on the map at this point. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mines left. So, not looking good. Meanwhile, Religious Freedom coming in for the Dutch player, sending that instead of 1,000 wood. I would love to see 1,000 wood and a 5th bank and possibly an arsenal. And then, you know, maybe some houses coming down for Dutch. That 1,000 wood is just so good. But is doing a really nice job here. Livid, I think, is getting the right composition. Going back to skirms now, I think that's the smart play. I think sustained Hussar play against Germany doesn't tend to go well for Dutch long term. Simply because Uhlans just eventually outscale Hussars, and then more war wagons, and then, you know, Black Riders, and there's just a lot of ways that Germany can deal with your Hussars. And speaking of the Black Riders, there they are. He also have 12 Jaegers in his deck, but I don't even know if he has enough coin to send those. Oh no, speaking of coin, we're about to see a big raid here, ladies and gentlemen. There are 15 vills on this coin mine and 5 settler wagons. That is an exorbitant amount worth of villager population, and the German army is racing to intercept. Oh, that is ugly. Wow, what a great take for Livid. Oh my god, so many. And even losing a, oh god, even losing a settler wagon there. He's got to make sure not to engage too much here, though. He doesn't want to sacrifice his whole army for a few villagers. And it's currently 36 to 39, so with that raid, Livid now actually having the villager advantage. And here come the Black Riders, but there's really not a lot for them to shoot at, and there's quite a few skirmishers here. Let's see. Good unit control, taking out the Ulan and focusing down the Black Riders, killing one right away. But now we're going to see the German economy come to a screeching halt. The amount of coin gatherers is only 6 for Carbone right now. He's getting a decent surround on these Reuters and skirmishers, but these Reuters being so annoying, and we have to remember that they do have the cavalry combat card, so they're actually quite a bit beefier than you might think. And the Black Riders actually going down here. 1 Black Rider left alive and 10 more Reuters coming to reinforce. Oh, sorry, I missed this Black Rider here. Now there's 1 Black Rider left alive, right? No. Wow, those things are beefier than I thought. And 6 Bosniaks on the way for Livid. So gonna follow this up with some heavy cavalry. Oh man, no villagers on coin now for Dutch. Or no, for German, excuse me. That was an interesting fight. I think Livid pulled back at just the right time. I think if he had chased those villagers a few seconds longer, I think his army would have just gotten killed because he was losing a lot of units there in pursuing that settler wagon, but he pulled back. He did a nice job keeping his Reuters on the Ulan and keeping his skirmishers on the Black Riders. And I was wondering why the Black Riders fell so quickly, but he had a decent amount. I think it was like 10, 12 skirms on him. And now he's got the 6 Bosniaks, and things are starting to look even scarier for Germany. He is putting a town center down here. Did I call that or what? I swear I don't watch these beforehand. Oh my gosh, I think I'm just getting better at it. Maybe after 39 attempts at trying to call these games right, we're finally getting somewhere. Oh, but many more mistakes on the way, I'm assured. And gonna lose a couple of vills here, doing a nice job being irritating with these Ulans. And if you're Germany, this is what you have to do to get back in the game, right? You have to keep Dutch distracted. You've got to get back even with that villager count. It's now 46 to 39. So with the extra town centers, Germany able to pull ahead, but we do have to remember that Dutch does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 banks currently. So that economic gap, not as big as you might think. And going to lose these Ulans here, finally getting picked off by the Reuters, and so many Reuters being made for Dutch. And again, still a ton of coin coming in for Livid. And meanwhile, Carbone struggling to get coin in, currently only at 330. So it's rough for Germany, and this is the point in the game where you as Dutch have a distinct advantage. Now you have to utilize it. If you sit back and you let Germany get to the 4th age and get a bunch of factories down, which is what Carbone is doing right now, then you can throw the game. So Dutch can't be too passive here. He can't sit back on his banks. He needs to be aggressive with this window that he's bought himself. And the Bosniaks going out for a raid, and they see the town center. And let's see. Yep, it looks like the rest of the Dutch army is incoming. Hold on, let me get to the right view. Yep, he's sending in the rest of the army, even getting a house down here to have some vision. And I don't know what... Yeah, he's got nothing to defend this with. He's invested in the 4th age, but he's not been able to invest in his army at the same time, and he's got no units. He's got a handful of skirms and a few war wagons, and this town center is gonna die, and it's got a lot of villagers in it. It's got, let's see, it's got 10 villagers and 3 settler wagons. That's 16 vills, and out come the Ulans, and so gonna get a decent catch here, but so many Reuters, it doesn't even matter. Getting the Bosniaks on the skirmishers now, and this might be a GG from Carbone. I don't think this is going to be recoverable. There's the GG. There's the game. Ladies and gentlemen, a Dutch victory for match number 40. Could it be any sweeter than that? But in all honesty, really well played by both players. I liked I really liked Carbone's transition into H3. He had a really powerful German force there. And I think if he had won this initial fight by, what used to be this coin mine, I think he would have rolled through the Dutch base. I think he would have started killing some infrastructure. And I think, Livid would have been dead. But Livid able to hold out, use the power of the Ruyter spam. That's definitely going to be the theme for the thumbnail. And just able to get a really nice win. But let's look at it in more detail. Follow me to the post game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the post game, and we do see a substantial difference in resources, and it's almost all in the coin department, an 11,000 coin difference. And you can really see the drought of coin that hit the late game economy for the German player. And we see it in the military count, right? I'm sure if we go to the military unit timeline, yeah, Germany's staying pretty on par with Dutch. And then as the end of the game drew near, we see the Dutch economy able to sustain that production of units, and the German economy is not. Now, granted, he was saving up for H4, but even before then, he just wasn't able to replenish those coin-heavy units. And if we go to villager population, we see a substantial lead for Germany almost the entire game, about a 6-7 lead. Granted, you got to factor banks into that. And then he lost 10 villagers here at the 20-minute mark, and just, he was able to slowly recover using, his extra town centers, but just not able to recover enough. And when he aged up to H4, it looked like Dutch, he timed that push on the town center perfectly, and he caught Germany before he had any army to deal with it. And just a really, really fun game. I love Germany versus Dutch. It's such a fun matchup, which I know Dutch won this one, but Dutch does not win this matchup often. I feel like Germany wins it the majority of the time. But whether you are a Germany fan or a Dutch fan like me, guys, I hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you so much for 500 subs and for following me for 40 matches, many more to come. But until then, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.